Big update on the audio controversy. Prashant Kishor, the poll advisor to Mamata Banerjee, whose audio has been leaked by the BJP, alleging that he has admitted defeat in this election, has now spoken to India Today. Prashant Kishor has spoken only to India Today, where he says he challenges the BJP to release the entire audio clip. There is nothing wrong in what I said. I maintain it. I also said very clearly the BJP will not cross 100 seats. Why aren't they playing that? And on the issue of me not knowing it was a public platform, I had full knowledge that it was a public platform, says Prashant Kishor. This is Prashant Kishor in exclusive conversation to India Today's editor Preeti Chaudhary, who is on the ground in West Bengal. Preeti is on the phone line with me. Poulomi Saha also joins me live. Preeti, to you first. You've just met Prashant Kishor. We are the only news organization to whom he's given a direct reaction on this issue. Take us through what he said, Preeti.
Well, Shiv, to put it very clearly, he seemed nonchalant, he seemed unperturbed, and he says that this conversation which the BJP is playing out, they're picked out a selected bit. They're only playing out one part of the conversation. And he says, I'm not shying away from anything that I have said. This is what I have said, but they should have the courage to play out the full conversation. And if the full conversation is played out, it would clearly come across where in the end he said it very clearly that the BJP will not cross 100. This is what I said. He says he maintains it, this entire controversy, which is being made out that he had no idea that he was on a public platform. He says, I knew it was a public platform. And ultimately, he says that what they need to, the BJP needs to play out in, completion on what I said on that chat. He says, because I very clearly, not once, multiple number of times, made it very clear that whatever the BJP might be doing, whatever, the popularity which has been made of Mr. Modi, he says, I maintain what I said, but BJP will not cross 100 in West Bengal is something I still maintain. He's nonchalant. He says it's par for the course when it comes down to election. But the BJP needs to have the courage to play out the entire conversation of what he had with a group of journalists.
Preeti, thanks very much for speaking to us. Preeti, the only journalist to whom Prashant Kishor has spoken after this entire controversy broke. You've just heard from Preeti. I also want to bring in India Today's Poulomi Saha, who's been all across West Bengal over the last few weeks. Poulomi, first of all, among journalists especially and among the media there, how is this being taken? Prashant Kishor is a man who holds a lot of off-the-record briefings. He's had a lot of interviews in this election season. But how is the media fraternity in Bengal taking this entire, this entire audio leak case? I imagine it's the big buzz right now.
Well, obviously, Shiv, it is being spoken about a lot. It is the hot topic today, even as Bengal votes in the fourth phase of the elections. Now, of course, it's, the BJP versus TMC, the BJP putting out those audio tapes, and then, of course, Prashant Kishor rebutting the BJP, saying it's amusing to see that the BJP trusts my words more over their own leaders. Of course, we don't know what he specifically means by their own leaders and whether, he's alluding to internal conversations within the BJP where they might have been worried about their own performance. We don't know. We'll find out because the BJP is scheduled to address a press conference at 1:30 this afternoon. And of course, the TMC is also holding a press conference earlier. Now, like I said earlier, this is a scheduled press conference, but obviously the question of these audio tapes is going to come out. He, of course, stays defiant, like Preeti said, nonchalant. He is basically saying that, put out the full conversation. I'm quite amused to see that selective parts of the conversation have been leaked out and it is being made out like, I've conceded defeat. He, of course, goes on to say that I stick my neck out again and I stand by my word that the BJP is not going to cross the 100 mark in this election. But the BJP is already saying that they're all poised to cross the century mark in the fourth phase itself. Remember that they've calculated and at least they've gone on record to say that we're winning 63 to 68 seats in the first 3 phases. And then, of course, now saying that Rocky Chatterjee at least is one of those who's stuck her neck out and said that the BJP will be crossing the century mark with the 4th phase itself. So it's one party's word against the other. It remains to be seen how the TMC, of course, defends Mr. Prashant Kishore's admissions and whether, of course, they do put out the full conversation themselves, because he's, of course, daring the BJP. Is the TMC in possession of the full conversation? Will they put that out? Of course, that remains to be seen, Shiv.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.